Ministry of Health and Wellness, What's in Our Food mass media campaign is being criticized and it fails to educate the public on nutrition, I'm told. Joining us this morning, our nutritionist, Patricia Thompson, and founder of O'Shane Brand Fitness, O'Shane Brand. Good morning to you both. Welcome to Smile Jamaica. Before you tell me why you criticize, what is in our food campaign? What is the ministry saying?
Well, first of all, I don't want to say I'm criticizing. I'm just trying to direct them in the correct.
Okay.
Yes, okay?
Good.
So essentially what I find is that the messages that are coming out are misleading to the public.
What are these messages?
Okay, they are against sugar. And essentially the population is getting the impression that sugar is bad and that they should stay away from sugar in all forms, whether it be bun, bulla, including especially juice. And also, juice is treated as if all juice are the same. They are different and they have different purposes depending on what your objective is, whether you are a high-level athlete or whether you are just an obese person.
Fair enough. So your issue with that is what?
Yes. Well, that the nutrition professional practitioner is the one that has to assess individuals to see exactly what their needs are and to determine how much sugar they can utilize in their diet, how they would include it. Even diabetics can have a little sugar because we look at the overall carbohydrate intake, we look at the medication they are using, and we mix and match and so on to get the right prescription for the individual. And only the nutrition practitioner can do that. I don't think we have enough nutrition practitioners in the ministry, right? And we have the graduates. So they can be employed and made available to the public, and especially in the school system, right? We need to have a lot of these persons working along with their programs to not just give out information that is of little use to persons, but to help them tailor the programs to meet the needs of the target audience.
Just before Empress, I understand that you're suggesting that it's not one size fits all. But it's almost like you're suggesting that I must come to Empress and do something for her, then I must do something for O'Shane, then I must do something for... But that's not ideal.
Well, there is a system by which this can be done. For example, you have nurses in schools, right? Are those individually treated? You have guidance counselors in schools, right? Guidance counselors teach in the classroom, as well as they are made available to parents, as well as they do home visits. So it's a similar kind of system that you need to put into place. We're at a stage now where the government is pushing sports as a product internationally. So we have to give the proper care to our athletes. You know, Coach Mills has expressed once that by the time the athletes get to him, he can't do much with a lot of them because they're all burnt out. And he attributes it to poor nutrition. So the ministry has to get together, several ministries working together to make the services of nutrition practitioners available to especially the school population. We have clinical services indeed in the health centers, but as we say, we're moving towards wellness now. You can't just have everybody getting up and running a 5K and they are not properly fueled for the 5K. They can damage themselves. You see, because if they are not properly fueled, what they do is they break down muscle tissue to provide that fuel. And when you break down muscle tissue, then you only build fat. And the two things are contradictory to each other. So you're speaking about wellness, but the way you're approaching it is not giving you the end product.
Wow. I want to go back into some nutrition tips, especially for diabetic, and a lot of Jamaicans are diabetic watching right now. But let's go into fitness, nutrition. O'Shane, how do you infuse nutrition with your fitness programs?
All right, so generally speaking, how we operate is as a personal trainer and nutrition management company. Everybody who will come through O'Shane Brand Fitness goes through a screening. Generally, Jamaica's populace is burdened with non-communicable diseases. And what this says is that a significant portion of the population will either have obesity, some metabolic issue, diabetes, hypertension, metabolic syndrome. So what this means is that more than likely we will come across individuals who have high central deposits, is what we call it, high amount of body fat around the midsection. It means, therefore, that we cannot just assist these individuals in just providing exercise prescription. We will also have to support them in the nutritional support as well. So what we do is that we will basically create a system that says, all right, when you come into us, and if your goal is to, say, for example, reduce weight, because many Jamaicans have the view that, all right, I want to drop off 50 pounds. People don't understand that it is not the weight that you should really worry about. It is basically the kind of weight, whether it be fat weight or water weight / muscle weight. And you want to ensure that if you want to reduce fat weight, you have to keep into consideration now your macronutrient ratios. You have to keep into consideration now the kind of exercise you're doing, your stress level, the kind of work that you're doing. So we have to basically systematize how we basically provide our intervention. And then what we then do is that through our nutrition system, such as the flush and detox, I call it detox because we detoxify using vegetables, what we call now low glycemic index foods. And at the same time, what this means is that, these are carbohydrates that don't necessarily rise the blood sugar relatively quickly after digestion.
Okay.
So table sugar is something that will spike up the blood sugar relatively quicker after digestion. But comparing that to, say, for example, sweet potato, it doesn't necessarily do so. So if you're a diabetic or if you're somebody who is basically trying to reduce body fat, you want to have high fiber, moderate glycemic load foods to basically ensure that they have stable sugar into your bloodstream.
We've already got the wrap-up signal.
Well, on this point, I would like to point out to that. Not all, in all situations, is just low glycemic index foods. There are some where you need high glycemic foods because you do want the blood vessel to spike so that the sugar can get to the brain. The brain can only be fueled up with sugar. So if you don't get the right amount of sugar in the blood very quickly, right, or into the muscle to replenish the carbohydrate that has been used up, you're not getting the right recovery.
Okay. It's a discussion that we need to continue.
Very informative.
We have to go.
Got me thinking, like, what am I eating today? Patricia Thompson, thank
But
you so much.
not only what, but how, when, how are you combining?
Can you just be my nutritionist just for the love of
Patricia
it?
Thompson,
O'Shane
nutritionist,
Bryant.
and O'Shane Bryant, founder of O'Shane Bryant Fitness. Coming up next, we hear a few stories from two extraordinary women. Stay with us, please.